Hello, everybody. Tim Roberts, Executive Director of BNI, back with another one of our Meet Our Members series. With me today is Laura Zentmaier with ASEA. Laura's been a member with us for, by the time we're recording this, almost 4 years. I think you're about a month and a half away from your 4-year BNI anniversary, which is amazing. Congratulations on that. And thank you for being part. I was telling Laura before we get you to introduce that over that time, she's passed over 110 referrals and has received almost 140 referrals over just those couple of years. So that's absolutely amazing. So before I go into asking my questions, Laura, why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself to the people watching this video? Tell us about you and your company.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Laura Zentmaier. I serve as an ambassador for a biotech company that has figured out how to replicate something that is already in every single one of your cells. Your mitochondria make it, and it's so fundamental in the healing process. And as you get older, you make less of this. And that explains why older people take a longer time to heal than younger people in general.
Okay.
And it helps by improving cellular communication so your cells can detect, repair, replace damaged cells. It boosts the efficacy of your antioxidants, so you'll have a really strong immune system. And it turns on genes for your immune system, your cardiac system, your inflammatory system, your digestive system, and your hormone modulation. So it just makes your cells work better.
There you go. And what would be the best way for somebody to contact you if they're watching this and they want to do a one-to-one or learn more about you and your company?
I think that my email and my phone number are on the website, but my phone number is 603-727-2800. And my email is healthycellsforahealthybody@gmail.com.
Awesome. Yeah. Anybody who's watching, you can go to bninh.com and find Laura and all her contact information there. How long have you been with ASEA?
Since 2016.
Okay. So about a year before you found BNI. So let's go into how did you first hear about BNI? How did you find your BNI chapter? What was that journey like?
So with this product, it helps so many people with so many things. My father originally thought it was snake oil, and because he said it's just too good to be true. But then it helped people in our family and our pets overcome these amazing challenges. And so he says, okay, I know it's the real deal, but you really shouldn't tell anybody because they're going to think you're nuts, or, your friends don't want you selling anything to them. And you probably should just kind of be quiet about it. And I couldn't help myself. If somebody were really struggling, and back then I didn't truly understand the science of it, I'd just be like, I don't know if this is going to help you, but it's non-toxic and there's a money back guarantee and maybe you might want to try it. And they would fall in love with it. And my dad was wrong. Like, people just had so much gratitude for learning about this. And then I was just like, I need to get the word out. And I happened to run into somebody who said, you have to check out BNI. I did. And I just went to one meeting and I said, okay, I'm all in. And BNI I'm just so grateful for BNI because it turned this fun hobby of mine of trying to help people into a full-time job. And I love it.
That's amazing. What was it that you said you went to a meeting and you were hooked? What was it about that experience that kind of told you that this was the right fit or the right tool for that?
I just really resonated with the people in the chapter. They had beautiful energy. They totally were the epitome of the philosophy of giver's gain.
Right.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's hard for people to understand that, that we really create these communities of support, right? We call them chapters in BNI. I've always said that really a better name for them is a success team. It's a group of people who really want to help each other reach new levels of success. And where else do you really find that, right? Where it's not selfish, it's really that giver's game. Like, let's help each other get to new levels. And it's hard to explain. You kind of have to experience it, but when you do, you can see it pretty quick. Tell me about, so you've been in BNI now for 4 years, which is great. Tell me about that journey a little bit. What have you learned? What have you experienced that maybe you weren't expecting?
I did not know that a group of 15 people could be such strong advocates for me and such a marketing team for me and boost my career exponentially. So, they talk about tiers. If anybody in your chapter decides to use your services, that's tier 1. If they refer you to somebody, that's tier 2, and then so on and so on. I kept track, and I'm 31 tiers out.
Wow.
Because of one referral that somebody gave me. And that number 31, she's over in Europe.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
It's just incredible what
Yeah.
such a small group of people can do for each other.
Yeah, it's just the power of that connection, right? And we have a lot of stories like that. People get into networking groups of all different types, and they get a referral and it tears out, and then they stop. They stop the original networking. And I always use the analogy: it's like planting a fruit tree, and by the time it starts bearing fruit, you just stop watering it. And what happens? So it's amazing that you've been tracking it, because a lot of people don't do that as well, to kind of see that ongoing value. Has there been any um, new lessons or skills that you think you've picked up or learned in your time in BNI that maybe you didn't have before?
I think that it has really helped me perfect an elevator pitch. I remember I was literally in an elevator one time at a convention with a lot of my team members, and somebody got into the elevator and they're like, "What is ASEA?" Nobody else in the elevator could explain it really. And boom, I could. By the time we got to the 8th floor, I could do it. So that helped. It also helped me kind of expand my comfort zone. I think there are moments when I feel very shy, but this group has let me, it's a safe place. It's a safe place to make mistakes
Yeah.
and really, really grow.
Yeah, I think it's the value of those relationships that develop make networking a lot easier, because I think a lot of people, and people maybe watching this, get really uh, they have insecurities around walking into a networking event of any type, right? Especially if it's kind of like being the new kid in school on the first day kind of thing, or they may feel like they're introverted and it's an uncomfortable setting. Did you have any of those, or have you found um, other members that may have?
Well, yes, I've seen other people come in and they are very nervous. They read from a script, they kind of shake,
Yeah,
they've just blossomed. They're
yeah,
very comfortable at speaking.
yeah. Most, I always try to remember, like, everybody's been there. Yeah, what I mean. So I
Yeah,
find that groups are very, very forgiving in that sense.
and I really appreciate the group because they ask wonderful questions, and sometimes I don't know the answer, but I go and I find out. So it's really helped me develop my craft and my knowledge about my product.
Yeah. So somebody might be watching this and they're kind of, they've heard about BNI or they're thinking about it. What advice would you give them if they're kind of on the fence?
You should definitely go to a meeting, and you can go to a meeting twice without having to be obligated to anything. Take advantage of that. Reach out to people, say, can I have a one-to-one with you? Can I ask you about your experience? Just get to know them. Everybody in BNI, they're so welcoming, and then they want other people to succeed. They're going to want to have lunch with you and help you. And when you join, you're going to have a mentor. You have a support team the whole way.
Right. Yeah. It's one of the few organizations all the way up, right? We have amazing directors, ambassadors to reach out to, get help. You get immediate support, but just the culture of the group, that whole philosophy of givers gain, that everybody, when you join a chapter, immediately people want to help you, I think
Yeah.
is refreshing in a kind of a dog eat dog business world, right? We're kind of the opposite of that. And so I
And
would
also,
say the same.
this
Check it
is
out.
this is BNI International. You have chapters all over the
Right.
place, and with the beautiful technology of Zoom, it's so easy to pop into another chapter and get to know people. And it's not just your one chapter that you meet with once a week. You can go and visit other chapters. You have roundtables or speed networking events.
Yeah.
It's
Have you taken
fantastic.
advantage of visiting chapters,
Oh,
while we've been online?
absolutely. Almost every week I pop into another chapter because
That's awesome.
I really don't have to compete with anybody in the
Right.
Northeast.
Yeah. Have you gone international at all?
I have not.
Oh, well, so you might want to take advantage of that too. There's a great opportunity there. Just time, got to figure out the time zone changes. But besides that, listen, Laura, I really appreciate not only you being a BNI member and being a member for 4 years, and congratulations on all the success you're having, but also for being here and sharing your story with everybody. And, hopefully people will take you on your advice and go check out a meeting, see it. It's hard to explain in any kind of video or email. You really kind of have to experience it and feel it. And we're here to help you. Do you have any parting words for anybody?
It's not just a way to expand your business. It's a support group. It's ever since I joined in 2017, I don't have any questions that go unanswered. I don't have any problems that go unsolved, because if something comes up in my life, I have a team of experts who are either going to know the answers or they're going to know somebody who knows the answers. And I remember, not long ago, we have a rental property. There was an issue we needed an electrician, and it was a holiday weekend. And my husband was just like, oh no, we're not going to be able to contact anybody until Tuesday. This is terrible. And I'm like, oh, this is no problem. I'm just going to text my friend in BNI. And he's like, it's the weekend. Nobody's going to respond to you. And immediately the little ... on my phone pops up, and my buddy Mike takes care of the issue within hours.
There you go.
It's
That
so
extra
great.
intrinsic value is absolutely amazing. So that's an amazing story. You have an amazing story. Anybody watching this should definitely reach out, talk to you, get to know you, and come visit a chapter. Laura, thank you again for taking time and sharing your story.
Thank you, Tim.